All right, at this time, I would like to call on our chapter registrar, Mr. Jerry Pinkerton.
Today we are having an induction for 3 new members, one of whom is with us today. We have just gotten the word and just gotten the packages actually this morning that Brent Harshman and his 2 sons, who live on, but one lives on the East Coast and one lives on the West Coast, but there are going to be, they are Dallas chapter members, at least initially, and then 2 of them will find local chapters and transfer. So today we are going to induct Brent, the senior, and he is going to take the pledge for himself and on behalf of his sons, Gary. So we're going to present him the certificates for all of them. And
this is Garrett Lovell. He's our District 6 Vice President.
So would you like to conduct the ceremony?
Compatriot, state your names.
Raymond Brent Harshman, my son Jonathan Brent Harshman, and Paul David Harshman.
Okay, raise your right hand. Having been accepted as a member of the Dallas chapter of Texas Society of Sons of the American Revolution, do you, as a descendant of one of the patriots and heroes of the American Revolution, reaffirm your ancestors' faith in the principles of liberty and our constitutional republic?
I do.
And will you pledge to support the patriotic, historical, and educational objectives of the National Society of Sons of the American Revolution?
Yes.
Now take great pleasure in presenting your membership certificate.
Okay.
You've got 3 of them here if you want. You can get them all in the picture.
Okay.
There's
There's the. Congratulations for Paul. And
I have the rosette.
All right.
As we mentioned earlier, the rosette is the official rosette of the SAR, and it is in the color of buff and blue, which were represented. George Washington's uniform was that color, and so that is your official emblem of being a member of the SAR. Congratulations.
We welcome you to the Dallas chapter and ask that you work with us to fulfill the purposes and objectives of the Sons of the American Revolution. At this time, we'd like to invite you to address our members and present, talk about your ancestors, whatever thoughts you might have.
Okay. Thank you.
Well,
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. The bottom line on this is that my ancestor was named Ulrich Harshman, and I'm the 9th generation from him. He came over. His service was providing supplies for the Continental Army. We don't have any stories of him at any battles, but he came over from what later became Germany, landed in Philadelphia. I think it was October 16th, 1751. He and 3 other brothers came. They came from what became southwestern Germany, the Palatinate migration. I think there was like over 30,000 people of what we call German descent now who came over from 1749 to 1754. He landed in Philadelphia, took the oath of allegiance to the king, which what they did back then, and they were probably what they call redemptioners. They were not wealthy, so they paid for their voyage over by working for someone who had arranged by contract for them to do this. They probably floated down the Rhine River to get to Rotterdam, came over, and I can't even imagine what it was like on those voyages. There's some records that he owned some land in Pennsylvania for a brief period of time, but got on down to Virginia. That's where he lived and passed, and his son also came with him, named Peter Harshman, who was probably 6 when they landed in Philadelphia. Eventually, they were probably farmers. They ended up many generations in Clinton County, Indiana, until just recent generations. They were farmers there. Hope this was of interest to you.
It really was.
Thanks.
I am presenting you with your challenge coin, as you heard them described, and in the information that I have given to you is a little memorandum of what challenge coins are and how they are to be used.
All right.
Very good.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome to the chapter.
Great.
Glad to have
to
you.
be here.
While we're returning to our seats, I must tell you a little story. I get this application for someone who wants to join the SAR, and so we're communicating, and he's emailed me the thing, and I said, well, what is your address? I'm going to drive this by your house so you can sign it. He said, I live out here on East Dallas somewhere, but I'm getting ready to move to a place called the Ventana, which is on Northwest Highway and Central Expressway, and my eyes lit up because he moved in about 2 weeks ago, and I'm moving into the same place next week, so we are neighbors, except he's highfalutin, he's on the 10th floor, and I'm on the 5th floor. So,
But I forgot to thank you. Jerry, I could not have done it without his guidance and management and help on this process.
So.
And,
Now, which committee are you going to chair?
just,
I haven't read the list yet.
he's got a mentor on site. Good news and bad news.
Thank you, Jerry.